When you're scanning your artwork, make sure that the art you're scanning is dry and dust-free. Clean the surface of the scanner with glass cleaner prior to scanning each image. Start by opening your scanning program and hit Preview. In your preview box, you'll be able to adjust how much of an image you want scanned. Depending on how small an area you are scanning determines the resolution or DPI that you'll be scanning at. You can determine the ratio by setting the size of the scanning area and adjusting the resolution. The higher the resolution, the bigger the file. If you try to go too large, the image will take a long time to scan, and files become difficult to adjust in Photoshop. If it's too small, the print size is limited, so make sure you have a solid image to start with. It should look natural and not distorted. You also want to make sure that it's large enough that you can crop it a bit in Photoshop if necessary. You can always size down, so scan your image a little bit larger than you anticipate needing. After the image is scanned, adjust the resolution to 150 dpi to see the size of your file. That is the palette you're working with, so rescan the artwork if the image needs to be larger. You can always scale down, but never try to enlarge an image. This is called rezzing up a file. While it might look okay on screen, it will not print well. One of the most interesting concepts in MacroArt is that you're able to create compositions after they are painted. Unlike traditional methods where an artist has to commit to a composition from a blank canvas, MacroArt allows you to paint freely and pick your favorite parts of a piece to create compositions that you had not considered. It takes some time to decide the best shape and most interesting cropping of a piece of art. You can crop the image during a scanning process or scan a whole palette and crop the image once you have seen the detail at size. When composing your next large-scale piece, you'll find that your eye has become hyper-intuitive to creating a more interesting composition. Artists do not typically have the chance to edit their work after painting it. Because these are digital files, it provides an opportunity to tweak tones, adjust levels, invert colors, and edit the image. It is not likely anyone will ever be comparing your file to the original art, so use adjustments in Photoshop to enhance the image and explore new possibilities. Discover color combinations, contrast variations, and saturation adjustments that apply seamlessly into your next series of large paintings. The cleaner the scan, the better the file. However, more often than not, there are particles, hairs, and imperfections that look unnatural when they're enlarged. The best way to fix these is using a cloning tool. You can adjust the size of your cloning brush, the sharpness of its edge, and its opacity. Press down on your command button, and your mouse will become a target symbol. Click on like tones and textures near what needs correction. The mouse will copy and clone this area to whatever you click and drag your mouse over next. If you don't like what you've cloned, press Command Z to go back and try it again. It is good to have the file slightly over 100% of print size so that nothing is missed. The image will tighten up when the piece is sized back down to 100%. Your image might look slightly soft as you enlarge it. Use your unsharpened mask tool to adjust the level of sharpness. However, it is very critical you do not oversharpen. It causes an unnatural pixelation. Basic rule is to not have a radius larger than 1.2 and a percentage above 75. Not every piece needs sharpening, and most printers will sharpen an image before printing based on the machine and the substrate they're using. So consider this a step of defining textures, and please do not overdo it. After you adjust your file, resize the image to small, medium, large, and extra large based on the length of the longest edge. Log into your account, click on the upload file, and then click on the tags and categories that apply to your work. When you hit the Publish and Submit button, your work will be reviewed and you will receive a notice when it is published to the site.